Bonsoir, mes chéris. Tonight, we sip from a wine that does not follow the rules, a wine that dares to challenge Bordeaux's traditions. Welcome to Liber Pater, the Graves estate that revives ancient methods and produces bottles so rare they command thousands at auction. Origins and estate. In the Graves region of Bordeaux, a bold vision took root in 2006 when Loïc Pasquet founded the estate known as Liber Pater. Its name honors the Roman god of wine and freedom, a fitting symbol for a project dedicated to liberation from convention and the revival of forgotten traditions. Pasquet's mission is radical yet reverent, to restore Bordeaux's pre-phylloxera heritage, bringing back ancient grape varieties and techniques that once defined the region before the devastation of the 19th century. In doing so, he seeks not only to craft wine, but to resurrect history, to let us taste Bordeaux as it was centuries ago. Production here is extremely limited, sometimes only a few hundred bottles per vintage. Each release is rare, precious, and fiercely sought after, embodying exclusivity not as luxury marketing, but as the natural result of uncompromising devotion to authenticity. Liber Pater is more than a winery. It is a statement, a declaration that wine can be both memory and rebellion, a bridge between past and present. To drink Liber Pater is to taste freedom itself, a wine that defies modernity in order to honor heritage. Vineyard and terroir. In the Graves region of Bordeaux, Liber Pater stands apart as a vineyard of rebellion and remembrance. Its soils of gravel and sand, typical of Graves, are planted not with the familiar Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot, but with rare historic grape varieties. Names like Castes, Tarnay, and Saint-Macaire, once common before phylloxera, reshaped Bordeaux forever. Here viticulture is a return to the past. Ungrafted vines dig directly into the earth, untouched by modern rootstocks. The land is worked with traditional ploughing, no modern machinery, no shortcuts, only the rhythm of ancient methods guiding the vines. The style of Liber Pater is singular, wines that taste like Bordeaux before the 19th century phylloxera crisis. They are not imitations, but resurrections, expressions of what Bordeaux once was, before uniformity and modernity took hold. Each bottle is a time capsule, a rare chance to drink history itself. Liber Pater is more than wine. It is a philosophy, a refusal to conform, a devotion to authenticity, and a daring attempt to let forgotten grapes speak again. To taste it is to step back in time, to hear the voice of Bordeaux as it once was, raw, ancient, and free. Wine profile. At Liber Pater, the voice of Bordeaux is not sung by Cabernet Sauvignon or Merlot, but by rare, forgotten grapes, varieties like Castes, Tarnay, and Saint-Macaire, once common before phylloxera reshaped the region. Their revival is not nostalgia, but defiance, a bold attempt to let history speak again. The style of Liber Pater is bold, rustic, and deeply expressive. These are not polished wines crafted for modern uniformity, but raw, authentic expressions of terroir carrying the weight of centuries in their character. The aromas are haunting: dark fruit, earth, spice, and wild herbs. Each glass feels untamed, as though the vineyard itself has been distilled into perfume. On the palate, the wines are structured and powerful, gripping with tannins yet layered with depth. Every sip carries a sense of history, as if one were tasting Bordeaux before the modern era. Wines that speak of soil, struggle, and survival. The aging potential stretches across decades. Liber Pater is built not for immediacy, but for endurance and intrigue, evolving slowly into complexity, rewarding patience with revelations of character. To drink Liber Pater is to taste Bordeaux's forgotten soul, a wine that refuses to conform, daring to remind us that greatness lies not only in prestige, but in memory. Prestige and culture. Among the most expensive wines in the world, Liber Pater stands as both marvel and provocation. Bottles often command $2,500 to $3,000, while rare vintages soar beyond $30,000, placing it among the rarest luxuries of the wine world. Yet its prestige is not only in price, it is in controversy. Liber Pater is Bordeaux's most debated estate, admired by collectors for its daring authenticity and questioned by critics for its defiance of modern norms. It is a wine that refuses to conform, insisting instead on resurrecting forgotten grapes and ancient methods. As a symbol of rebellion and heritage, Liber Pater challenges Bordeaux's identity, reminding us that the region's greatness was not born of Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot alone, but of diversity lost to phylloxera. Each bottle is a statement, a refusal to let history fade. To drink Liber Pater is to taste resurrection, a Bordeaux reborn from memory, carrying the voice of forgotten varietals and the spirit of freedom. It is not simply wine, but philosophy, a liquid manifesto that dares to ask, what if Bordeaux had never changed? Why Liber Pater? Because it is not just wine, it is a bottled revolution. Liber Pater embodies Bordeaux's rebellious soul, a wine of immense rarity yet profound heritage. Each sip is a defiance of convention, a return to roots, a whisper of freedom. So pour a dream if you dare. Let it glow, let it grow. Because when you sip with Vivienne, you don't just taste wine, you taste the story. Santé.